up, ticket holders? I'm J3.
I'm Ronan Joe Genji.
J3 Entertainment bringing you guys another epic movie review right here.
What we do?
We did a double feature today, so we got 2 reviews for you guys.
That's
We're going to start this one off with The Shallows.
Directed by Yami Colette Serra.
And starring
Blake Lively.
That is Ryan Reynolds' girl.
That's a chick. Oh yeah.
You know what I
She's
mean?
bad.
She is bad.
Yeah.
She was hot in here. I was really feeling it. I was liking what I saw.
That's right.
You know, and the shark did too because he likes white meat.
Oh yeah. Nothing wrong with
It's
that.
the best part of chicken. All right, so if you guys already know, we probably already know how we review movies. We basically do the critic, we give you a viewing, and we give our personal. We're gonna have spoilers on our personal because this film is so basic. You have to spoil it just to talk about
It's
it.
very basic. Extremely
Because
basic.
otherwise it'd be a 3-minute review.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to turn that 3 minutes into 30. All right, just to warn y'all. You probably saw in the thumbnail like, damn, that's a long ass review. All right, so
For sure.
basically gonna give you the rundown of the story. This story, if you watch the trailers, and I hope you guys all watch the trailers, I'll put a link down below so you guys know what's up. That basically explains the movie. Really
Pretty
simple
much.
movie. Girl goes to a secluded island, beach, for the reason only she knows. Like her mother went there before she got pregnant with her, or while she was pregnant with her.
Right.
And you know, she's having a midlife crisis, I think, right now with herself because her mother ended up passing away. So she's trying to chase something that doesn't exist. So she goes to this island. She sits there, and she goes swimming. She meets 2 gentlemen in the water. They have a nice little swim party. They go home later that day. She gets caught on a rock because of a shark attack.
Yeah.
She's stuck on a rock. It's a day movie, and she basically has to find her way back to shore to basically live. That's the movie.
That's the movie in a nutshell.
Movie in a nutshell. How do you feel about this movie, G?
Let me start with the good first off. Basically, I think on a technical standpoint, I think the movie shot very well. Got a lot of good underwater scenes, some cool visuals underwater, and then the surfing scenes. I thought the cinematography was actually pretty good, and then they captured that water, nature, wildlife, and it was different. You know what I mean? And then the suspenseful shots is actually done pretty well, like the slow scenes, and then the underwater shots. Like getting close to the foot, just like giving you those little cringe moments.
Yes, especially experiencing that shark.
Yeah.
That fake shark.
Oh yeah. And then now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty stuff.
Damn, you had nothing good to say.
That was just it, just the technical stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of bad. Oh gosh. Let's start with the horror 101. Not enough sharks, not enough death and casualty.
I couldn't get with that.
And then the payoff of seeing someone get executed and taken out was taken away because it was all interpretation from the main character's point of view and not the audience's perspective.
Right.
Which I hate because as a horror fan and as a shark movie fan, these are things you must show.
True.
You cannot hold back on something like this.
Which
we
they
signed
did.
up to see this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of a letdown for me because I wanted to, get that shock.
I think
and
we all wanted to get that.
You know
man.
what I mean?
We all was like, man, show me.
Right.
Ugh.
We got it one time, and that was it. It was like a far away shot, but it was kind of close in sense. Like the way it happened, I think was awesome. Like because the dude was on the surfboard, he was just like a gummy bear sitting there on the shore.
Man.
Nigga jumped up on all you was
And it changed.
yeah,
Changed shot. Like,
and that was it. Yeah. So we got it one time for a split second, but I think Blake Lively was cool, eye candy to look at. She looked good in the bathing suit. She did her thing. And basically, I felt like she was kind of underutilized as far as like the writing and then her acting because they gave her just unrealistic behavior in unrealistic situations.
right, for real.
She's supposed to be an expert, but she's not. She does dumb things and she has the knowledge to survive, but she just chooses to be dumb. You put yourself in harm's way after your fatal incident of being attacked. No food, no making weapons. I mean, you're surrounded by so you just naturally you think like, what do I need to do to survive? I'm a human. I have to eat. I'm a predator by nature, so I got to make a weapon.
For sure.
She did none of that. She sat there on the rock and cured herself. As a med student, that's where her skills lie. I give her
and
that.
Made sure they let us know every bit of that shit.
Right, with the self-narrations, they made us think that we were idiots.
Yeah, this film right here is basically what we call. This is made for. This is a movie. What was the books called? What is it? A dummy book? What was it called?
For dummies.
For dummies.
Yeah.
Movie for dummies.
There you
Because
go.
the narrative, self-narrative.
Right.
She told us everything she was going to do. We understood. It was like she was like, I walk straight. The shark circles 3 times every 30 seconds. He watches me.
And we're seeing this.
I look.
So we're aware of it.
Look at him winking. He's gonna try to eat me. He's gonna dive at me. He just died. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get to the goddamn movie. You know what I mean? The stupidity of acting. Like, the shit is unrealistic. The shark is very unrealistic. This is the shark that was on Deep Blue Sea. So he was really smart. He was cunning. He was lively. He was basically a pointless shark. Like, this shark was epic. Like, this is a type of great white shark that you look at and be like, what the fuck? Like, why would it be like that? They basically, the script writers knew nothing of sharks and read a book and just enhanced everything they read about the shark in a book and basically put in this film. This shark, I mean, it did things sharks will do. Sharks smell blood for I think 2 miles away, they can smell blood.
Right.
I think it's actually longer, but they can smell blood about 2 miles away and they come full force. Sharks are very stupid. They have small brains. They lose track. Like, they're one-sided. So the shark smelling blood right here is not going to go try to smell blood over there and blood over there and blood over there. The shark was just very smart.
He was everywhere at once.
He was like, dude, this nigga was like every 30 seconds he's in your face. Stupid stuff like that. Like that basically takes the unrealistic factor of the movie, which I felt is actually what messed the movie up. If it was realistic, it would have been tight.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get into spoilers now. Spoilers.
Yeah, I gotta spoil something.
Spoilers. Here it is. Spoilers.
Yes.
Well, I will say, watching it with my boys, it was very interesting and fun.
Oh yeah.
Yada yada yada. Dope. Spoiler time. Stuff like this, and let's do the spoilers as the movie goes through. So we go from beginning to end.
Okay.
I think that's fair. So we won't get lost and forget shit.
For sure.
First spoiler. Stupid. So this chick, she goes and we see the beginning of it. She has like this little outing with her dad and her sister. Like, yeah, her dad's like, hey, you're a med school student. You know, you should, go back to school, come home. Where are you at? She won't tell him where she at. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you're in another country, and the only means that knows you, who will come look for you, can't find you. Dumb. Yeah. Like, who wrote that? Like, that's stupid. Like, what girl that looks that good just goes out, booty and titties just hanging out, to just some secluded unknown island and don't tell her parents or her friends where she's at?
Just to be there.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's
stupid. You got one?
Yeah.
Tell me something. This is your type of movie, man. You like horror, thriller, suspenseful films.
This hurts me, man. Just after Blake Lively gets attacked by the shark, and she's on the rock and she's medicating and taking care of herself.
Right.
I didn't appreciate the fact that she wasn't taking care of herself, like mentally and physically. Like, she had to eat, but she didn't eat any food, so she wasn't worried about killing anything else. And she's,
maybe the food have been. I mean, she had no water to drink.
Yeah.
It's dry.
And then, there's poison stuff out there by nature. So just by nature, you're gonna, attack and, fend to survive. So she didn't make any weapons or anything like that. And I guess what I'm saying is that she's on a unknown, uncharted island, right? So why didn't she take her resources with her? I mean, because they make waterproof phones. Who's to say like something would have happened? I mean, just for safety reasons. I mean, you're surfing, so you're out there alone anyway. She didn't think about these things as she went into it, because first she was in an unknown place, so she didn't think about any of these things. She's like, I'm gonna make some friends and things, not knowing there's rarely anybody out here.
And let's just touch on the fact she had a Sony phone. Fuck.
Man, so she was asked out anyway.
You had a Sony phone. You know damn well you're not going to get any service. She had a full bar.
Sure it wasn't Metro PCS?
And, cricket right here, dude. But, we're not going to get on that. But stuff like that.
Well, like, she didn't think about none of that. I'm like, she was thinking about herself. And that's why she got caught up in that.
But it made no sense. Like, Horror 101. Typical white girl gets put in a bad situation.
Classic.
And how they put her in a situation is just stupid. Like, well, I'll go back. I'll get to it because I want to go in order.
Yeah.
Well, am I in order? It is order.
Yeah,
it is order.
We're still in the game.
So, she's swimming with these two guys. And, they surfing, they having a ball. And then she, they say, they already warned her, like, hey, at a certain time the tide goes down. And the coral, it stings like a jellyfish. It'll tee you out, like it hurts you and stuff. So you want to get out the water at a certain time because you'll mess yourself up. So they leaving, the sunset, and they go to the shore, and she's still in the water. I'm like, why is she still in the water? What the fuck? Why is she in the water?
She didn't learn.
She's like, I'm gonna just go one more time. Kind of like that movie when they was on the ski slope. Remember those three friends?
Oh, Frozen.
That shit was tight, right?
Yes.
But like, oh, we gonna go one more time. But that was done well.
That was great.
Straight
realistic.
To Netflix. Watch that. That was very realistic. Good. That was Frozen, right?
Yes.
Dope. So yeah, go watch that. But anyway, so typical 101 horror flick, and it was like so cliche. But if I was in this situation, and I think all of us, right? You've been more logical in this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen so much stupidity. You just have to be smart.
Yeah, you gotta be smart on this one.
You just have to.
So there's a school of dolphins going in a certain direction, and it's a lot of them. So we're like, okay. First thing I would have thought, either these dolphins are going towards food, or they're getting the hell away from danger.
It was a lie, yeah.
I would have just went back to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Not this chick. So she looks and she's like, Then she sees a group of seagulls. I just flying in circles around something.
Same direction as the dolphins.
Dolphins went away with dolphins got to fuck with them seagulls.
They're fly. Migrating. They're all going.
Them seagulls can fly. They doing their thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are they doing? Let me swim even further into the sea. And then there's this big ass dead whale.
Oh man.
So where there's food, there's prey. Or where there's food, which was prey, there's a predator. And it's that big ass great white shark who must have ate some smart. What's them pills they've been taking in Hollywood?
Smart pills.
The smart pills.
Yeah.
I think he got a hell of those. A ship must have went down full of them because this nigga ate them because he was smart as fuck.
Oh,
like it made no sense. Like why would you put yourself in that situation? You're in uncharted waters. You don't even know where you're at. You shouldn't even be swimming in that water because you don't even know where you're at. You don't even know sharks lurk around this area. Yeah. How did you even find this area?
You don't even know what kind of other creatures are in the water. They're poisonous or what? No research was done.
No research was done. Oh my gosh.
The main character didn't do any research, and the writers sure did do any research. It just
like the shark behavior, like they enhanced the shark's behavior to the max. Like sharks don't act like that. Like yes, sharks can smell blood from a certain mile and they go get it. But there's a big ass whale. First off, there's a whale floating. When did that whale get there? Cause you were just swimming with your boys. Like y'all all swimming and it's just a big ass whale that's half like decomposed, been eaten up, everything.
And the people that were out there on shore, nobody saw it, nobody swam by it.
No one cared.
Broad daylight.
Trash. So
makes no sense.
You got give me some, cause I don't want to take all the spoilers. Give me some more spoilers.
Oh, okay. What was the next one? Oh, when she tries to get help and the drunk Latino guy.
Okay, so what was your take on that?
I thought it was hilarious that I thought it was gonna turn out one way and it turned out completely different. Just the guy was a thief and he was drunk and he ended up dying trying to, at his own risk, getting all her resources. So basically what happened is her last chance of hope got eaten.
Yeah, so basically the setup was like just I don't know because it's a spoiler, but there's a drunk Latino sitting on the beach. He's just sitting there and he's drunk. And when I saw it, I thought of I Am Legend. Like, I was like, is she hallucinating? Because she's been out there, she's dehydrated, she's like fucked up. But no, there's actually a fat Mario looking, from Mario Brothers, looking Latino.
Pretty much, yeah.
With vodka, I think it was a vodka bottle. And she's like, help. And it's like the crack of dawn, like it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like wasted. He's like, I had too much, he's fucked up. So he's like, hey, how you doing? She's like, my bag. And he's like, okay. He goes over there, he goes in her bag, and he's like, We're like, oh shit. He's like robbing her, dog. He takes her money out of her wallet, takes the backpack. He's like, But wait, he ain't finished. He looks to his left, he looks at her. I'm thinking he's gonna wave like, hey, bitch. Oh, you fucking motherfucker, I just robbed you. No, he looks in there, he says, oh, there's a surfboard in there.
I need her board. Why? What?
I could get $50 for this shit. Here we go. So he goes, try to take the surfboard. Drunk. So, at that point, how'd you feel?
Oh, I knew it was coming in. But I wish I could have seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
yeah.
Tell them that.
Intoxicated dude on the surfboard tries to steal it. Shark comes, eats him. We see from Blake Lively's perspective and the audience's perspective. Very let down by that because Horror 101, you got to show the kill, you got to show the death. It's a shark movie, So we need to see the shark in action. They kind of took the element of the kill away from us because we didn't get to experience it. I understand imagination and interpretation, but that is something you have to visually see in order to get the reaction and get oh, that was tight. You know what I'm saying? Because the gore and all that. It's a shark movie. That's what we came to see, and they took that away. And it was funny because she didn't have no blackup plan or anything, so everything was just going wrong. When something could have became turned out good, it went like further bad. So the movie for me kind of picked up in the third act, but it fell short because again more dumb decisions were being made when she stuck by the
what decision was made? Or was dumb?
Oh, here, let's get into it. Where she's trying to get to safety, and she finds a flare gun in a little metallic box next to the metal boulder that's in the middle of the ocean. She gets on it, and I guess whoever left it just stuck it in the box, and all the flares fell out. So she had to get it. So they're wet now.
Poor manufacturer. Like
right.
They literally like jam the flares in. So as soon as you pop it over,
falls out.
They just fall in the water. Stupid.
Everybody in their job, nobody was thinking about safety or the people before them. Everybody was screwed no matter what. So they screwed her up in the process. And then her being amateur didn't help.
For sure.
So she gets it, man, fires it for the first time, doesn't go too far. So that's one flare wasted. The second one sparks an ignition flame of fire, which I have no idea how, because there was no oil or no poison spill. There was no trail. There was nothing. And she sets the shark miraculously on fire. Why? I don't know how, but that's what they showed us. And then she gets trapped and then gets pulled by the metallic chain that's stuck underneath the sand. So that was like her only escape because it ended up breaking.
Yeah.
So it pulls her and she makes the escape. Shark dies by metal steel, like getting stabbed by it.
Like for real.
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to get in this one. This shark was eating, so this nigga was just eating steel all day, eating steel. When she shot the nigga with the flare, like what I was thinking, I was like, okay, she has a flare gun, so she got about 5 rounds. What I would have done if I was in a situation, I would have put my foot in the water, let the blood go, let him come. Get enough distance so when he bites, so he open his mouth, shoot the flare in his mouth, blow the nigga up. That's how I think. I'm gonna blow this nigga up. Shoot the nigga in the eye or something. Fuck him up. You know what I mean? Some LL Cool J shit.
Where it hurts. That's right.
So she didn't do none of that. But it's like, how the fuck that water catch on fire? And then it's like he was on fire, and then next thing it was no more fire. It was
dried out. Like what?
Where'd that fire go? That was a big ass flame.
And that was a big shark. So like, come on,
dude. I mean, you know what I mean? I watched Deep Blue Sea, and that water was on fire for a minute.
Yeah.
That fire was sitting there just chilling. But I mean, how she killed him? It was like he was so smart in this whole movie. But then at the end of the movie, he became a normal shark and did exactly what sharks do, and that's how he ended up dying.
And it was funny because in my mind I kept saying, like, this is also horror cliche 101. I kept saying, I was like, I know that shark is not dead. He's gonna come back and jump up out of this water. And it is something I expected because that's what you do. It was too, not overkill, but I want to say that it was too easy. It should have been more of a battle, like a survival challenge. Just like her really trying to get out, and somebody actually did come for help. She came across somebody, and she was able to get to him. And then like, oh, it's like, is she gonna die? They should have did that, and they didn't do it. It was just like, okay, let's go predictable. Let's let her live and save the day, because I think that'd been tight if she died.
And then they put the cold nephew in this movie, which I didn't understand. Like, this is a kid playing soccer at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning at the beach shore, and he finds an ultimate GoPro. Like, I'm talking about this GoPro. If you guys have a GoPro, you know it has a bad battery. First off, especially when you film at 1080p, 30 second frames per second. It ain't happening.
Shit was unlimited.
That bitch had 3 hours of straight battery time. She had two plugs in a battery, and her memory card must have been 256 megabytes of memory, because the motherfucker had 4 hours of video time footage recording. Like, epic GoPro. The little boy finds it, and after the shark dies, she finds her way to shore. She lives, yada yada. Game movie. I'm about to give this movie an F+.
Okay. Was there anything you didn't like about it? Or?
I like nothing of it. Just having fun with my boys.
Word. Me personally, I'm gonna give it a D+. For sure though. I think what really hurt this movie was just that the ultra factor of trying to be realistic and just not in this movie. It needed to be that. This should have been less unexplained, more over the top. This is a shark movie, so just give us shark action. Like, just give us a simple setup, which they did, but they kept extending it and prolonging it, and you really didn't need it. You know, don't try to be something serious like came to see sharks, so show us that. You really had not much work to do. The only thing you need to do is research on realistic human behavior and survival instinct, and gave us more sharks. I think, heck, even bigger cast, freak extras.
Yeah,
you don't even need real legit actors. Just give us
small budget. They couldn't afford it.
True.
Couldn't afford it.
But that's what you're going for. I mean, you know, you told me it's a movie about sharks, man. Show me some sharks. I want to see a high body count.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was one actor in this whole film that I thought really did his job, and he was good in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And that was the seagull on the rock.
Man,
the nigga was epic.
He gonna get more work for real.
Get more work. I think Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, they're gonna probably bring part 3 out, and I see him getting work on that film.
He'll be back.
This nigga's seagull.
He was tight.
That nigga was real.
He stood his ground.
He even bitter because she tried to do something to his wing.
Man.
Yeah, I. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy, man. This I will say personally, forget this film. If you're into sharks, watch it. I guess Sharknado's 10 times better than this.
Sharknado
1, 2, and 3.
Sweet. Bad
Deep Blue
and
Sea
sweet.
makes this movie look like, you know, this movie.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
there's really no potential for a film like this. Like, tell you the truth, I don't see it happening because this whole setup just didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, Jaws made perfect sense. You know what I mean? A shark was in the lake, it killed a couple of people, and they were trying to catch a nigga in the water. They were trying to catch him. Like,
there was a purpose behind it.
Yeah,
They wanted
like,
to end it so that he wouldn't come back.
This nigga was sitting there floating around a rock for like a day. Like, nigga, go kill something else.
He had nothing to do.
That nigga, he was a bored
He was
shark.
hanging out, yeah.
He's like, this white meat up here, man. I heard about that shit. I don't want it. I'm eating this brown meat. The Latinos, man. I'm finna get this this white meat. It was all over the place. Man. But
I'm gonna kill myself when I go home. Watch me some Deep Blue Sea and some Spielberg Jaws and Piranha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself. I need it.
Hey,
That's what I do.
What happened to the Punisher? What movie's he been into? The guy that was on The Mist.
Oh, Thomas Jane. He's doing some smaller stuff right now.
Okay.
He just did a movie with Lawrence Fishburne. I watched it the other night on Netflix.
I think I saw they just put in.
Yeah. Some standoff or something.
Yeah. That's tight.
It was decent.
Hope you guys enjoy our review. We try to keep that shit as real as possible.
All
Give you guys real good content. That's what we do. We keep this shit real as a real deal, and that's for real. Yeah. I'm J3.
I'm Joe Genji.
Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Let people know J3 Entertainment is back and ready to roll. We're back in function. We the channel's steady right now. We
J3 Entertainment. We don't stop.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going, guys. Peace, love.